Carolina Hurricanes hockey is brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina. Live for the game, live fearless. By CarQuest. For all your automotive needs, visit your neighborhood CarQuest Auto Parts store. Great people, great products, great prices. And by Chevrolet. Brought to you by Chevrolet. Find new roads. And the Hurricanes will be looking to find a way to get it done tonight. They start a very important weekend here at home. 105th all-time meeting between these two teams. Let's take a look at the starting goaltenders. Brought to you by Golden Corral. Help yourself to happiness. Anton Khudobin had 25 saves in a 2-1 loss against Winnipeg here on Tuesday night. And his mentor, years past with Boston, we talked about it the last time these two teams played. Tim Thomas will go on consecutive nights for Florida. In the Nets last night, they were defeated by Detroit at home 3-1. Eric Staal, Yuri Tlusty, and Alex Semin start for Kirk Muller. John Michael Liles and Ron Hainsey on the back end. Sit back and enjoy this one. Eric Staal thwarted a bit on the way through by Brian Campbell. Tom Gilbert. Campbell leads Florida in terms of ice time out to center. And the veteran John Michael Liles is back on it. The Hurricanes will finish with a back-to-back set prior to the Olympics. Montreal is here tomorrow night for a special 6 o'clock start. On the wall, Brad Boyes through the middle looking for Sean Bergenheim, and this line with Alexander Barkov has been clicking. Out of the corner, Bergenheim centers one, mopped up by Carolina's Ron Hainsey, and they wheel out.
Yeah, when I walked into the arena tonight, I saw Montreal's bags. Their equipment had already arrived after beating Vancouver up in Quebec last night.
Yeah, rousing win over the Canucks, who are really in trouble right now. Justin Falk back to play it. Bottled up by Jonathan Huberdeau, and now it's controlled here by Scotty Upshaw. Little help from Bukestad, and it comes all the way back in the Florida zone. Skinner has Lindholm forked wide. And then Lindholm pushes the net off the pegs. So we get a stoppage, but an excellent scoring chance for the 19-year-old.
Well, this was an excellent read from Lindholm, and Timmy Thomas says something to him. Good play along the boards, and Lindholm is coming in to help out, but then he sees Skinner's going to get there first, so just drive the net. Skinner read off of it, beat Kulikov to the puck, and the Hurricanes nearly scored. And this line has been generating chances. You had the responsible Jordan Staal isolated down low in his own end to let those two young legs go to work on the part of Skinner and Lindholm.
Top line out again. Simmons shot deflects high as we see over the top. Ed Jovanovski back to play it, muzzled by Yuri Tlusty. The veteran Jovanovski recovers, and here come the Cats out to center ice. Rex Express Care, injuries and scratches at the top of your screen. Rex Healthcare is chosen for excellence. Marcel Gotch stopping and starting behind Anton Khudobin. On the back of the goal, Andrei Sekera is there for Carolina. Now Semin looks around. Justin Falk. Sekera out of the corner. Now to neutral ice, the captain Eric Staal in control. Semin off the wall, pulls up. Shoots one off the stick of Jovanovski. Played here by Eric out in front. Little chip that time by Jesse Winchester, and it comes all the way back out.
When Semin dusts it off before he fires, he doesn't score like he was a few weeks ago. You cannot have that dust move, especially against a guy like Jovanovski, who has come back from injury playing well.
In the center zone now, Carolina recoiling. They'll lay it ahead. Florida had a ton of shots Tuesday night, a season high against Toronto. They won that game. Last night, no shots at all, really, against Detroit. And they were criticized by their coach, Peter Horacek, for the lack of a work ethic last night against the Red Wings. So the Hurricanes have to be ready for that.
Well, you know they're going to bring it in there. And Ed Jovanovski followed his coach earlier in the week and said if they don't work, these are his words, a mediocre team. And so you know they will be a spirited bunch tonight, and they go back with Timmy Thomas in the nets on back-to-back nights.
And this is their final game before the Olympics, so they go on vacation after this. And two of their players, Thomas Kopetsky and Alexander Barkov, will be in Sochi. Carried along by Ruutu in his 600th game, shut down by Tim Thomas. Wiped along by Drayson Bowman. Now Kulikov will play it along the wall. Hainsey is there off a body, off Dylan Olsen, who's in the lineup tonight. Now out of the corner, Riley Nash for Ron Hainsey. Skate to stick, John Michael Liles. Drayson Bowman, coming off a solid game against Winnipeg Tuesday, tries to center, and now Sean Bergenheim is back on it.
And one thing about Thomas, you see how much fun he has? He lurks out of the net, and that's part of the unique nature of his goaltending. You want to use the end board sometimes because you can catch him out of position.
Elias Lindholm, his opposite number. Alexander Barkov sneaking in, fanning on it Skinner. Getting it from Jordan, wide of Thomas. Play top of your screen by Justin Falk. Picked off by Alexander Barkov. Barkov out of the corner. Met there by Jordan. They continue to grind. Florida has the prize, and out they come.
Really, for Florida, you have to adjust to Tim Thomas. And that's why I think, other than his health, it took a couple of months because he plays so different. And so as a group of defensemen in particular, you have to play a different brand of hockey with the way he plays goal.
That's right. Now Bukestad will clear it all the way back in the zone. Nick Bukestad free to the corner. Erik Gudbranson back to the point, covering up Scotty Upshall. His shot blocked by Falk, and Carolina gets it out to center ice. Puck is loose this way. Gudbranson. Jonathan Huberdeau over the line, pulls up. Last year's Rookie of the Year, Hudobin says no on Scotty Upshall.
Andre Secker is hurt right now, but I think he just caught a stick, so I don't think it's anything serious. I think he was just saying to the referee that this should have been a high stick. Let's watch. He was right. And Falk had gotten off his partner, but Secker, because he was the defenseman furthest away from the bench, could not get off. He was in some pain, and Florida gets its best chance of this young game, and Hudobin a timely stop.
Nick Bukestad will stay out for Florida, take this face-off, flanked by Jonathan Huberdeau and Scott Upshall. Face-off, Eric Stahl losing it. Scotty Upshall's shot blocked on the way through. Eric gets it back. A lead pass now for Talusti, and out they come. Jiri Talusti goes wide, looks for Eric. Eric with a shot, headed down by Thomas. He'll cover. Let's take a look now at tonight's Storm Tracker.
Well, it starts with the top end, and to me that's the top two lines, because it's now been a stretch of games since Skinner's moved up to play with Jordan, and the Hurricanes have loaded up their offense in the top six. Take away the will early from a team that's playing on back-to-back nights on the outside looking in the playoff picture. And the youth, the Nashes, the Bowmans, the Lindholms, that consistency that every young player tries to locate, and the ones that do, it's very impressive.
Carolina has won the previous meeting between these two teams a couple of weeks ago. 3-2 in late March. They play in South Florida. Hudobin handles that one from Kopecky. Now Jesse Winchester is tied up by Carolina's Manny Malhotra. Jay Harrison in the skates of Patrick Dwyer. Florida on the attack. Kopecky holding on to it. He'll turn. Whistle one off the pad of Hudobin. Tom Gilbert. Inside it goes for Winchester. Out in front off a skate. Now it's played here by Marcel Gottsch, who lost his edge. And a good break for Carolina as they get it out.
And a good stick from Brett Belmore there to protect the post on a stuff chance, because I think Hudobin was going to have some trouble getting over, and he bought his goaltender some time.
Thomas Fleischmann in full flight. Scott Gomez for Fleischmann going wide. In control. He'll circle. Tries a centering pass that's broken up. Good job that time by the Hurricanes, and out they come. Tuomo Ruutu for Riley Nash. Nash to the outside, takes a seat, knocked down by Ed Jovanovski. In back of the goal, dug out by Nash. In the slot, quick hitter, Lyles blocked in front. As Thomas recovered on that. Gudbranson in control, and out they go.
Excellent early shift from Riley Nash. Our third game key is the consistency. Begins with a good play as the low centerman in his own end, and then a heck of a playmaking look for a good chance in the attacking zone.
3-2 are the shots. Carolina by one. Skinner down the wall by Olsen. Holding on to it, a tough angle, fended off by Tim Thomas. And it careens out of play. 13:37 left to go in period one. Just underway in Raleigh. We're goalless.
In the first, we are scoreless in Raleigh. The last 2 days in practice, the Hurricanes had a special focus on, well, the special teams. And that's our Geico quote from head coach Kirk Muller. Well, he says, I think the biggest objective is how we're going to play from here down the stretch. It's a mindset in our special teams that have to be at the 100-plus ratio. That's the challenge. John Tripp?
Well, again, we talked about it opening night, is that 100-plus ratio. And what it is it's just another way of saying your power play goals for and your power play goals against. And the Hurricanes, if you add their 9 shorthanded tallies, I know I'm going numbers on you, they're actually a +2, which puts them 14th in the league. But they want to climb higher.
Yeah, don't lose me in the numbers. Now, Olsen tries to clear it. Dylan Olsen, inside it goes. Jeff Skinner, Jordan Staal, Elias Lindholm up front for Carolina. Here's Jordan looking for Skinner. Skinner controlling with those deft hands. Off of Dylan Olsen and played here by Dmitry Kulikov and all the way back out.
It's just like plus-minus for a player. And so the Hurricanes, when you add those shorthanded goals, are actually a +2 if their special teams was a player.
Should the Canes win tonight, all Caniacs win. Get 50% off your entire menu price online order at participating Papa John's the day after a Canes win. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
And I'm not really a big numbers guy either, but those numbers are actually ones that I look at and really extract something from.
Infringement on the circle that time by Yuri Tlusty and Sean Bergenheim. Dmitry Kulikov along the dasher. Punched ahead by Lyles. Brought back in the zone by the speedy Sean Bergenheim. He's negated nicely by Ron Hainsey. It's dug out by Florida. Brad Boyes out in front. Looking for Nick Bjugstad. In control now, Boyes on the cycle for Bjugstad. The young rookie now makes a move on Eric Staal. It's a good one. To the outside now. Bjugstad holding on to it. His pass detected. Batted along. Hudobin said no. Brad Boyes on the doorstep with a steal away from Eric Staal for Bjugstad. And a good stick by Lyles. But it's all Florida in this sequence. Now it's Bjugstad. Along the boards now. Muscled a bit by Eric. Loose in back of the goal, as we see in control, is Ron Hainsey.
Yeah, other than the Skinner to Lindholm chance, the chances in this game, certainly the early edge to the Panthers.
It's off the skate of Alexander Semin. Away from Brian Campbell. Bjugstad is there. Center zone, Scotty Upshaw. Bjugstad at the line, Huberdeau. Bjugstad again, his shot blocker down by Anton Hudobin. Out of the corner, working hard for the Hurricanes is Brett Belmore. His stick was held, no call. Belmore back out to center. Through the center ice area now, Eric Goodbranson, who recently sat out 3 games as a healthy scratch, but he's been better since. Now Marcel Gottsch.
And he was wearing a full cage before he got scratched because he was coming back from a facial injury. He has taken that off, and that's helped him play better since.
Yeah, had a broken nose out to center ice. Patrick Dwyer, shadowed by Ed Jovanovski. Here's Nathan Gerbe. Hit hard by Goodbranson. Florida pitchforks the puck. Not out. Held in by Justin Falk. Benny Malhotra lost his stick in the process, and now it's loose in back of the goal. Out of that scrum, Goodbranson gets to it from the corner. Tries to spin off of Gerbe, and the crowd appreciates the diligence again of Nathan Gerbe. Out to center, Marcel Gottsch, he'll wipe it in.
And when I was between the benches against Winnipeg, it took until really the second period for the crowd to get involved. Will that give this team a lift, that Gerbe shift?
Hope so. Now it's carried out here by Tuomo Ruutu with Bowman and Sekera, who has it. Grayson Bowman holding. Good defense by Dylan Olsen. Kulikov for Olsen. They picked up from Chicago earlier this season. Now a chance for Nash. He scores! Riley Nash continues his positive run, and Carolina is off and running.
Again, one of our game keys is the young kids playing consistently, and Riley Nash actually helped to start the play that he finished. So he gets in with pursuit that forces the play up the boards. Ruutu anticipates. Don't forget about the net drive from the third guy, Bowman, who goes to the front of the net. Thomas has trouble locating it, and Nash scores high to the glove. So really a line goal where all 3 players had a part.
Riley Nash, who talked about he, along with Drayson Bowman during Hurricanes Live, following up a positive game, and they do, with the early goal and a very important first goal for Carolina.
Especially with the way Florida had the early push, and it's not surprising. I said in our pregame show, if you play well in all 3 zones or away from the puck, you get rewarded. Riley Nash's first shift was excellent.
Here's Bergenheim darting in. Hudobin hangs on. Tuomo Ruutu in his 600th NHL game gets the lone assist. And Riley Nash is our Moe's Hey, what do you say, queso player tonight. So everybody receives a free side of Moe's famous queso and hot fresh chips tomorrow at any Triangle location. Just say Canes to redeem.
Well, that was a true forecheck goal. First man pressure, Bourne taken away from Route 2, net drive from Bowman, and Nash getting himself into a shooting area. And that was exciting.
Jovanovski now away for Eric Goodbranson. Brad Boys through center ice, room for Alexander Barkov to the outside of Ron Hainsey. Brad Boys hits a hole, defended by Lindholm and Jordan Stahl. Bergenheim looks for Boys. Boys again drops it back. Lindholm has it, and Carolina advances back out to center ice. A good look at the 19-year-old. Jeff Skinner's in. Shut down by Tim Thomas. What a save off the stick of Jeff Skinner. But Carolina gets off to a very good start. The 8th goal of the season for Riley Nash. Hurricanes won the Panthers. No score.
Hurricanes, I'm on the bench with Coach Dave Lewis. You have 2 Olympians on your top defensive pair in Sekera and Falk. When they're playing at their best, what are they providing for the whole team?
Well, they're consistent. They make good plays. They defend really well. They're used on the penalty killing situation and power play. So they pretty much do everything.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, when you look at the games after the break, that's where the rest of the defensive group is going to have to pick up the slack because these two are so important to this team.
Sekera, here it comes, denied by Thomas, a rebound, turning Semin, he scores! Alexander Semin with a bullet. Carolina by 2.
Taken care of, John. Young players' consistency embodied by Nash, and now the top 6. You don't see Semin yet. You do now. He protects the puck. Good D-to-D pass. Net front presence, therefore Thomas can't control the rebound. And remember earlier when I said Semin cannot dust the puck off like he did at Jovanovski and had a shot blocked? Did you see any dust there?
No.
I know you're not in the house cleaning business, but no dust.
No, I had the white glove out.
He had the white glove out. The male version of a French maid. The puck gets through, he scores.
Let's get on with our action here. Now it's Lyles out of the corner. Fell right off the chair on that one. Now Goodbranson. It goes off a stick. It goes in the safety netting. So we get a break here. 8:59 left in period 1. 14th goal of the season. His 8th in his last 10 for Sasha.
Well, again, if you don't have the 2 line mates, Talusti and Eric Stahl going to the net, Thomas handles the Sekera shot, and there's no dust off here. So all 3 of our game keys. Top 6, Stahl line just converts with Semin, take the will away early, and the youth consistency. All 3 here in the first 10 minutes.
Unassisted goal by Alex Semin. Dwyer out in front. Winchester in control. Thomas Kopecky through the middle. Swallowed by Anton Hudobin. He'll hang on. We'll get a stoppage. And now a disturbance to the side of the Carolina goal.
And you have to look back to Hudobin's early save on that play where Sekera had caught a stick up high. And while we have a second, John Michael Lyles, who also was on the ice there, met his father this morning, was in from Indiana. But we always talk about the Culver Military Academy. I know our Chief Financial Officer, Mike Amendola, loves that. But Jesse, his sister, he has a brother. We haven't talked about his sister. She's a 3rd grade school teacher in Indianapolis. So hello to John's sister, Jesse, watching tonight.
Oh, great. I'm glad that they take in the action here. And I don't understand our good friend, Mr. Amendola, and his issue with Culver. I don't get that, but that's okay. I don't get a lot that comes from him. Now along the boards. Belmore tries to move it by Gomez. We'll see if that gets a reaction. Out of the corner now. Gilbert pinching down for Florida. Tuomo Ruutu looks around through the center zone intended for Riley Nash. It comes all the way back. Icing is called here against Carolina.
Well, I affectionately call him Dr. Cash. He's a great man. He's been around since day 1 in Hartford, but he just thought that the Culver Military Academy was getting a lot of play. I know the Lyles family loves it, and I mentioned it initially because my father went there, but that's, well, Mike, if you're watching, Culver just got mentioned again, and the Canes are up 2-0, which hopefully has you smiling.
He does smile. Now out to center. Campbell. Getting it back from Boys. They start again. Just about 12 minutes gone in the first. John Tripp and Chantel with you as always. 2-0 Carolina. Boys out in front. Batted down at the D, fed along by Barkov. This is Bergenheim. Sean Bergenheim to the outside of Jordan Staal. Loosened back of the goal this way, it's Tom Gilbert. Gilbert to the point, Barkov holding, shooting one, stopped by Hudobin, and the rebound kicks free, Lindholm. Batted down with a high stick by Campbell, but Carolina gets it, so play continues. Jordan with a shot, negated by Tom Gilbert. Bergenheim for Barkov at his side, Brad Boyes, and they get it deep. Along the boards now and back out Jeff Skinner. He'll dump it by Tim Thomas. Dmitry Kulikov for Dylan Olsen. To the middle of the ice. Bukestad this way for Jonathan Huberdeau, who walks in for a shot. That's well wide. Kulikov at the top of your screen. Turning stick of Nick Bukestad. It goes by Scotty Upshaw. He'll hunt it down. Back to the point, Olsen to an open corner. Semin with a chop. Bukestad in control. Knocked down by Scotty Upshaw. Upshaw holding onto it. Handing off to Goodbranson to the outside of Semin. Huberdeau fights off fault, centers one. Bukestad had his stick checked by Sekera. And away go Carolina.
Huberdeau has had a tough season, but he's working hard. He had his first NHL fight earlier this week. I'm sure they don't want that often, but, a couple of big hits last night. That was a good shift along with Upshaw.
Out of the corner, Lyles. Inside it goes. Marcel Gotch for Florida. Now Manny Malhotra. Checked by Jesse Winchester. They jam along the boards. You see it pop out. Loosened back of the goal. Lyles, a smart reverse for Ron Hainsey. And out they go. It goes by Patrick Dwyer. And they do win the race, so it's icing against Carolina.
Hey, KDX, get out your smartphones for your chance to win a team sign.
When the Hurricanes score first, as they did tonight, and is the case with many teams this season in the National Hockey League, good fortune.
And some more extreme than others, but every team has a good number. The team they're playing tomorrow, the Montreal Canadiens, has an especially good number when they score first.
They are here and getting ready for that 6 o'clock face-off tomorrow night. It starts on Fox Sports Carolinas with Hurricanes live at 5:30. Fleischmann hands it off, shoveled high. Gomez, Hudobin got across. Gomez gets after it again. Off the boards now. Fleischmann inside for Gomez. Out of the corner. Tom Gilbert. Thomas Fleischmann. Here's Campbell. A slap pass. One pass too many. Broken up by Nathan Gerbe and back out.
Boy, Florida, they fan on the puck first, so that's a good break. And then Hudobin again. That's the fight. That's the competitive nature that he's showing on a regular basis.
Florida has had good chances in this first period. Boys losing control. Harrison for Carolina. Play read by Dylan Olsen for Brad Boyes. Centering one. Bergenheim, the pass in his skates. Carolina survives. They get it out.
Riley Nash has been Carolina's most complete player in this first period. They're another good play defensively as the lone centerman.
Now it's Ruutu. Nash. It goes high off the stick of Barkov. Riley Nash will think about it. He had 24 square feet for just a fraction of a second of an empty net, but a good start for number 20, and Carolina leads 2-0. Well, Nathan Gerbe is the subject. Let's take a look at tonight's Hurricanes teeth-rattling check of the game presented by Dr. Tom Long, team dentist for the Hurricanes.
Well, this was the absorption of the first hit. Then he comes over to the other side and gives out one of his own on Goodbranson. And the crowd got excited. And there's his father, Joe, and I'm sure he was excited when that hit happened, but now we see him live. Ooh, he's been in town the last couple of days, very seriously watching the practices.
Always focused, Joe Gerbe. Long time minor hockey man in the Detroit area. What I mean by that is he was the team manager for many of the teams Nathan Gerbe played for on the way up. And those of you that experience travel hockey for the youngsters, that is a big job.
It's a big-time job. And as a matter of fact, he knows my father and from teams my father sponsored. And, the stories about, telling Nathan at a very young age, whether it's youth hockey or now in the National Hockey League, people pay good money to come and watch you play. They should never leave feeling like they were cheated with effort. Some nights are going to be better than others, but don't you ever make them feel like that ticket wasn't worth the price.
And there's a burn tonight for Nathan Gerbe. He and his line mates were on the ice for the winning goal Tuesday night. Late stages out there to secure that point. And there hasn't been too many times that guys like Manny Malhotra, Pat Dwyer, Nathan Gerbe, Hainsey, and Lyles have done that where it hasn't worked.
And Gerbe made the coverage mistake on the first goal of the game, scored by Ladd, too. And I could tell at ice level, he was very frustrated, wants to bounce back.
Dylan Olsen, an aggressive save by Hudobin, and they score! On the rebound opportunity, Nick Bjugstad got to it. That line has been succeeding of late for Florida. They sting Hudobin and cut the lead in half.
I think we both agree that Florida has earned this goal. I mean, they've had all sorts of good chances. And, you know, this was a 5-man attack. Dylan Olsen, who I think has made some good subtle plays early in this period. Good first pass, I remember earlier. And Hudobin, I think, thought he had it. You know, maybe he thought he had actually dealt with that puck on the half butterfly side, on the blocker side of his body. But he ended up maybe extending too soon, but it's not his fault because that was a 5-man attacking shift where, unfortunately, Jordan Stahl's line and the top defensive pairing was out-battled in their own end.
The 21-year-old from Minneapolis, Nick Bjugstad, his dad played in the National Hockey League in the Minnesota system as a North Star way back when in the 80s. And he scores his 13th goal of the season. He's had a nice season. He's a big body down the middle now. And Jovanovski gloved down by Brett Belmore. That hand pass is legal in the defensive zone. It's broken up by Florida's Kopetsky. Gained by Belmore, and out they go. Little back heat from Marcel Gottsch. A loose puck as we see. Ed Jovanovski getting it away from Eric Stahl. Florida's captain for Jesse Winchester. Cut off by Jay Harrison. Harrison now for the Hurricanes. Dylan Olsen and Jonathan Huberdeau will get the assist on the goal by Nick Bjugstad, his 13th at 15:32. Tom Gilbert coming all the way back. He has 22 assists, and that leads Florida. Brian Campbell, center ice area. Worked along, broken up by the Hurricanes. Here they come. Nash over the line, route to, all the way across for Lyles. John Michael Lyles, quick hitter off of Thomas. Drayson Bowman with a shot. Hainsey's bid stopped by Thomas, and Gomez will poke it out. Open ice. Sean Mathias with a shot. Great job by Ron Hainsey, cutting across.
John, let's take one more look at the goal. And Jordan Stahl actually had, stop it right here, guys. He has complete possession, and he unfortunately runs into Falk. That leads to the turnover. And yes, that shot's blocked, but then you have the hounding of the puck to get it again on the part of Bjugstad, the eventual goal scorer. So he, like Nash on the first goal, starts the play that he finishes.
Kulikov off the faceoff. Sean Bergenheim, inside it goes on a cycle. Alexander Barkov. Bergenheim in control now. Boys for Bergenheim. Florida has that jump. You have to give him credit. Now it's loose along the board. Sekera back out. Andre Sekera. Ice cut in half. A big hit by Dylan Olsen coming up on him. Now Malhotra for the Hurricanes. Thwarted. Now Dwyer brings it. Shut down by Thomas. The rebound. Tim Thomas. A great save off Manny Malhotra.
Dylan Olsen, who sets up the goal with his point shot, has had another good moment in his period, but the Hurricanes persevere. They had puck support. You know, when you can get their numbers, and so far you're right, this has been a really nice bounce back for Malhotra, Gerbe, and Dwyer. And to me, the Hurricanes have actually got their energy in this first period from their bottom six, not their top six. It's been this line, and it's been the Riley Nash centered line that has been their best.
Of course, Simmons scoring, but that was a quick hitter. A turnaround shot, and a great one by Simmons. Riley Nash, Alex Simmons scoring for Carolina. Nick Bjugstad scoring for Florida. Huberdeau off of Hudobin. Jonathan Huberdeau out of the corner, holding on to that puck. He'll go deep. Bjugstad awaiting it. Left it there. He was separated from it by Lyles. Upshaw on Hainsey, and now Jordan Stahl. Checked by Bjugstad. Florida wins the battle. Now a shot taken by Jovanovski is blocked by Jordan Stahl. Lead pass for Skinner. Comes all the way back. No icing. Gudbranson stolen by Skinner. Holding onto it. He'll stop. Eric Gudbranson will shove him down. Harrison's bid blocked by Bjugstad. Forked along by Lindholm. Getting to it is Barkov. Along the board, Skinner with a steal. His shot blocked by Gudbranson. Belmore scores! Brett Belmore finds a way to bang it home.
former Rookie of the Year is going at it after the goal. Skinner actually nullified the icing because he touched this puck. Then he gets in. Watch him get hit from Gudbranson. But what I was looking to see is when he shy away when he gets this puck back from the perimeter. Watch here as he gets this puck back. And he looks to drive. He looks to penetrate. That's encouraging. Shot gets blocked, but Bellemore steps in with a nice screen in front. Thomas was clearly bothered by Eric Stahl. I don't know, maybe on some nights it's incidental contact. I thought it was outside the crease, so a good non-call. But Skinner driving towards the paint, towards the rewarded area, allows Bellemore to step in and fire that one home.
So the second goal of the season for Brett Bellemore. He's been reinserted back in the lineup, paired with Jay Harrison, Marcel Gotch. Eric Stahl goes to work on the forecheck. Semin in back of the goal, dug out, but cleared not out by Gotch. Played here by Tom Gilbert. Play read by Carolina's Yuri Tolusti. Centering one, mopped up by Brian Campbell, and out they go. Elias Lindholm and Jeff Skinner get the assists on the second goal of the season for Brett Bellemore at 18:21.
And a couple years ago, when Gudbranson hit Skinner earlier in the shift, Skinner would have probably been bothered by it. He might have retaliated. Instead, he stuck with it and got more determined to get to the slot area that allows Bellemore to step in and fire away with the Eric Stahl screen.
Scott Gomez deals it back for Dylan Olsen. Thomas Fleischman has it, and out they come. Gomez, the veteran, moving it by Riley Nash, bouncing one, where it's set up by Hudobin for Justin Falk. Cut off by Sean Mathias. Centering pass, Gomez, it goes high. He's had a couple of chances in the period. Both miss hits, and now it's carried out here by Riley Nash. Tuomo Ruutu has space. Here's Bowman. His shot blocked. It's loose, and Jovanovski gets to it. Scott Gomez had the block for Florida. Now he has the puck. Wiped along by Thomas Fleischman. 12 seconds left in period one. Sekera for Hainsey. Ron Hainsey in his own zone. Threads it out to center ice. Riley Nash took a hit from Eric Gudbranson. And it's dumped back out to center ice, and that'll do it. Riley Nash, a sensational first. He will be Chantel McCabe's guest. She starts the PNC Bank first intermission. We are back with that right after this on Fox Sports Carolinas. To-back home games inside PNC Arena for the Carolina Hurricanes prior to a long Olympic break. The second time this season with 3 first-period goals. The Maple Leafs were here on January 9th. That's when the Hurricanes got it done. And they came out with a strong first, although Florida had plenty of chances on their own accord in period one. John Forslund, Trent Tracy, Chantel McCabe, along with our fine crew. The Montreal Canadiens are here tomorrow night. It'll start with Hurricanes Live at 5:30. Sean Bergenheim denied by Anton Hudobin. 16 starts in a row for Mr. Hudobin. Alexander Barkov in control. Spinning one off the paddle of Hudobin. Brad Boyds gets to it. A good start for Florida. Tom Gilbert, here it comes. Looking for the tip, none available. Now, Brian Campbell. Barkov shot turned out by Hudobin. Brad Boyds in control. Mopped up by Ron Hainsey as Lyles took him out. Barkov wins the battle away from Eric Stahl. Eric gets it back, though, and pushes the puck out to center ice.
That's just a tough shift to start the period. I mean, 1 minute. This game has all the makings, and Peter Horachek sticks with the veteran and 2-time Vezina winner Tim Thomas in the nets. This game is so far from being comfortable right now, especially with Florida's energy and work ethic so far in this game.
Lindholm broken up. Hinged out of the zone by Brian Campbell. Scotty Upshaw holding onto it. This way for Bjugstad. Wide. The puck was on edge. Dmitry Kulikov. Inside for Jonathan Huberdeau. Stopping and starting. Centering one between both Bjugstad and Upshaw's legs and back out. Dylan Olsen back in his own zone, paired with Dmitry Kulikov. Florida has had the puck a great deal in the first 2 minutes of this period. Andrej Sekera off the glass. Back out to center. Jesse Winchester right back in the Carolina zone.
You have to compliment the stick-with-itness of Florida to give up that late goal after getting on the board from Bjugstad and starting a period like this, especially when you factor in their record.
Let's take a look at the first period numbers brought to you by Buffalo Brothers. Oh, man, now I want wings.
I want to let that promo breathe the way you want to breathe after you have the hot sauce with those Buffalo Brothers boneless.
We
Kool-Aid.
digest all of the numbers. That's the idea, right? Digesting. So important in life.
What are you, a lower GI doctor
I am,
now?
yes. Now comes back.
You know where the duodenum is?
Brought along and deep that time by Nathan Gerby. Tim Thomas. Ed Jovanovski. Out of the corner. Malhotra for Gerby. Nathan Gerby, Manny Malhotra holding onto that puck to the outside. Brett Belmore with a goal tonight by Malhotra. And again all the way back. Gerby, top of your screen. Over skating, Patrick Dwyer getting help from Manny Malhotra. To an open corner. Pinching down the wall for the Hurricanes is Brett Belmore. Out of the corner scrum. Thomas Kopetsky for the Panthers back out. This is Jesse Winchester. Winchester over the line, shifting gears. Turned out by Hudobin. Jay Harrison moves it. Tom Gilbert at the point. Brian Campbell loads the gun. Wide of a screened Hudobin. Getting to it now is Sean Mathias. Shoved down by Jay Harrison. Gerby taps it out through center and all the way back. Harrison on the prowl, but Brian Campbell has it as we see.
Well, Manny Malhotra's line looked like they started to assert the first forecheck of the period for Carolina, and then Florida answered again.
Riley Nash in control out there with Drayson Bowman and Tuomo Ruutu. Ruutu settles it down, turns, fires one off a body off Tom Gilbert. Here's Thomas Fleischmann. He's away. Good look at him through center. Fleischmann with a shot negated by Lyles. In control, Tuomo Ruutu. Turning for Lyles, broken up again, a strong Florida forecheck. Carolina with a steal, it's Bowman and Nash. Here they come. Riley has it away for Drayson Bowman. Looking for Ruutu, Nash the trailer. Off a stick, it goes astray. Out of the corner, Bowman. Tied up by Dylan Olsen. Shaking free, Carolina's Drayson Bowman. Bowman along the boards, pinned by Olsen. Getting to it is Eric Stahl. Stahl inside it goes, Tuomo Ruutu. Hit hard by Olsen. And the Panthers have control, and out they come.
Ruutu's been good, and Olsen on the Florida side, they're finishing that hit. He's been very good. He's been very noticeable coming into this Florida lineup.
Carolina offside. In the process of a change there. The Carolina Ale House is the spot for pool bars. The next one will be in Greenville on February 25th. The Canes are at Buffalo. The Vortex game, the rescheduled game, and that'll kick off the activity after the Olympics. Log on to CarolinaHurricanes.com for more details.
Yeah, Eric Stahl actually was hurt and wasn't on that trip when we dealt with the Vortex at Buffalo, and also the 2 a.m. fire alarm, and then the alarm again at 2:15 after the game had been canceled.
Which you have saved for the time capsule. You still have that on your phone, I believe. Jovanovski.
For people to digest.
Stahl with a shot. Great save. The rebound. They score. Yuri Talusti cashes in. And the Hurricanes have a 4-1 lead.
I think Tim Thomas has had a fabulous season. I am surprised that Horacek did not make a change after the first period. Good pressure here. Bergenheim just cannot handle the puck. And Eric Stahl establishes a shot. So just a tough turnover in the middle of the ice. Puck actually goes off Thomas, off Gudbranson, and Yuri Talusti finally gets some puck luck after all the breaks this season. And Clemenson
He's ready.
is now ready. I think they're one goal too late on this, candidly. But the Hurricanes take advantage. And when you're Bergenheim and you turn that puck over in the middle of the ice, oftentimes it can lead to a quick piece of bad news in the defensive end.
Well, it's the oldest goaltending tandem in the National Hockey League. 39-year-old Tim Thomas replaced by 36-year-old Scott Clemenson, who's been a very good number 2 over the years.
And the product of 2 great college programs, Thomas of Vermont and Clemenson of the Boston College Jerry York situation that has been upper echelon and will play for the Beanpot, I believe, on Monday. But, Thomas, I think, has had an excellent come back here after taking the year off. I hope he plays again. Even a guy of his caliber, is going to have the off night. And I think the Hurricanes, what they've done to force this early exit for Tim Thomas is they've gotten to the front of the net with bodies. I mean, there's been a net front presence really in some form on all of these goals they've scored.
So Thomas waited for Clemenson, and he will leave. It's been a very interesting story since, as we pointed out, last time these two teams met, the season started after a year off. And after coming down off that mountain, he reestablished his game, and many nights keeps Florida in a position to win.
He had a couple early injuries, had to get used to some new equipment. I think, as I said, the first period, he plays such a different style. His team had to get used to him. I hope he plays again. I know he's hoping to as well. He has not talked to General Manager Dale Talon about it yet, but I really hope he does. Tonight just wasn't his night, but to me, it was again Carolina getting bodies to the front of the net the way they weren't quite able to on Pavelec Tuesday.
And again for Thomas, he was playing on consecutive nights. He played last night against Detroit, a game in which they lost. Carolina starting this evening 5 points out of a playoff spot. Now they do have games in hand, like on Philadelphia, 3. Philadelphia has the 3rd spot right now in the Metro. 5 points in back of them. They're also 5 points in back of Detroit in terms of the final wild card in the Eastern Conference. Now Holtra. That's why the 4 points this weekend are very important for Carolina. Kopecky back out to center.
They're huge.
Jesse Winchester turns. Turned out by Hudobin. He handles the rebound. Marcel Gottsch. Dylan Olsen with a shot wide. Now it's played along the boards by Patrick Dwyer and back out to center. Jay Harrison pumps one wide of the new goaltender, and it comes all the way back.
And don't look now, and you might get confused by this in a 4-1 game. Anton Hudobin has had a big part in it with some timely stops.
Absolutely. Icing is called here against Carolina. 13:58 left to go in the second period, and here is the last sequence.
He's dealt with traffic better than the guy that he looked up to most in the NHL, his understudy. Tim Thomas, again, told me this summer. I'll say it again. I said it the last broadcast. He said Anton Hudobin has the same chance to have the coming out party I did in Boston. That's how much belief he has in him.
Jovanovski with a shot sealed off by Anton Hudobin. And we will step aside. 13:53 left to go in the second period. Anton Hudobin and the Hurricanes with a 3-goal lead over Florida.
And it's 4-1 Canes. I'm in the stands with Nathan's father, Joe Gerby. Nathan has been such a great addition to this team, but what has really brought out the best of his game here with the Hurricanes this season?
The coaching staff and the organization, the way they play the game, and they got a lot of faith in Nathan, and Nathan knows that. And that helps out a lot, 100%.
Good. Now, going back to the Philly game, that highlight reel goal that we will remember for a very long time. I know you have a memory of him practicing that kind of move back on the pond.
Every night when these kids, I had 3 boys who were young, we'd watch some videos of Wayne Gretzky and some of the great hockey players and take their skills and put it on the ice pond in the back of the yard and practice it.
All right, so practice it early. That's the lesson there. Thanks, Joe.
Yes.
Guys, back to you.
Florida, another great scoring chance and a sterling save by Anton Hudobin. And we thank Joe Gerby for his time, and the insight there as it deflects at the defense, broken up by Ed Jovanovski. Back out to center ice, and the line of Nash, Bowman, and Ruutu get another chance.
And Riley Nash's first real mistake of an otherwise excellent game there that led to that great chance, and another Hudobin stop. He turned it over just inside his own line. You could see there he didn't want to make the same mistake and protected the puck.
It was off the stick of Riley Nash. It comes all the way back. Eric Branson for Florida. Underneath it and out Barkov. Now Bergenheim denied by Eric Stahl. Tulowitzki looks for the captain. Here he is. Eric Stahl turns it to the outside. Justin Falk. Andrej Sekera. Off a stick wide. Mopped up by Clemenson. Played here by Tulowitzki. Yuri Tulowitzki. Justin Falk. It will be played outside the blue line by the U.S. Olympian. Florida now recoils. Goodbranson will wipe it ahead. They will have a ceremony here tomorrow night honoring Carolina's Olympians. 4 in number. Mr. Ruutu, Sekera, Falk, and Semin go to Sochi.
And one more note on Nathan Gerby. Joe Gerby, his father, will not be here tomorrow night because he's driving back to Detroit with Nathan's fiancee, Brennan, because you remember at the beginning of training camp that Joe lost his son-in-law, Nathan's brother-in-law, in a tragic car accident. And Nathan is going to be with his sister's kids, his nephews and nieces, and his fiancee, Brennan, who was a great volleyball player at Boston College. That's where they met. They will be headed back to Detroit after tonight's game, and then Nathan will join them after the Montreal game for the break.
Okay. Andre Sekera for delay of game as we see. First power play of the night, and it will go to the Florida Panthers. Florida dead last in terms of their power play. They are also 30th on the road, and that'll do it. Now Holtra short-handed. It goes high, thwarted on the way out. We go to 4-on-4.
Maybe we'll get a chance to look at both penalties. First of all, we were talking about Nathan Gerby and being there for his family. Obviously, what led to that whistle was Sekera dumping this puck over the glass, delay of game. And now Manny Malhotra, after the faceoff, just propels through Gilbert, putting him in a tough spot where he has to interfere or hold him. And so we see 4-on-4 hockey.
7:50 is the time of that penalty. Peter Horacek, the new coach. Kevin Dineen started this season as the coach of the Florida Panthers. Horacek for a long time, 9 seasons, an assistant under Barry Trotz in Nashville.
Speaking of Nashville, well wishes to our great friend Pete Weber, who is in the hospital, the voice of the Nashville Predators.
That was an unbelievable experience and occurrence yesterday in St. Paul. We'll get to it when we have time here. Kulikov tries to move it back. Both David Poile and Pete Weber sustained injuries at a morning skate yesterday. Scotty Upshall, nobody home out in front. Poile, the GM, who is also the general manager of Team USA, was hit with an errant puck during the morning skate and injured his facial area, and because of that is still in the hospital in St. Paul. He had 2 surgeries on that and will not go to Sochi, at least for now, but will join at some point. Pete Weber had a heart attack watching the morning skate, and I understand he'll be released from the hospital this evening. Stay in St. Paul tonight, go back to Nashville tomorrow. He's a great friend, a great broadcaster, and we wish him well.
Boy, oh boy. And you know the guy you mentioned right before you started telling that story on Florida, Scotty Upshall, a long-time Nashville Predator.
Yes, first-round pick. Now boys out to center ice. Barkov over the line. Toe drag, denied. Justin Falk, he and Barkov will see each other in the Olympics. Barkov on Team Finland. Skinner with a shot off the glove hand of Clemenson. Out in front. Barkov underneath it and out. Brad Boyes, the veteran, the shootout specialist. Now Barkov over the line, holding onto it from well out. Patted down by Hudobin. Out of the corner. Good work by Barkov. Here's Boyes. Backdoor pass negated by Bowman. Kulikov has it. He was flashing. Out in front, denied by Anton Hudobin. Run into, and a penalty will follow. I believe Barkov will go for crashing the goal. Sekera sealed off by Clemenson. And the whistle stops play.
Again, our third game key is youth providing consistency. We talked about Nash. Bowman made a play here.
Minor penalty, goaltender interference.
That leads to LaRue making this call on Barkov. Drayson Bowman, play away from the puck. Makes the key play. There you see the goaltender interference. Bowman, you see 21 just coming down. He had just made a play where he didn't get mesmerized by the puck on the weak side defenseman. And I just love watching it. I think he's been pretty darn consistent. Another teaching moment from John McLean. I think about his route. Routes are so crucial.
5-on-3 for 2 seconds. Lyles, one-timer, Stahl, what a save! Scott Clemenson reacting to that big blast from Eric Stahl.
Special teams face-offs. We talk about them on a nightly basis. Stahl wins the draw. Lyles makes the play. Again, we began our show talking about the work at practice, the central focus the last 2 days being the power play, treating it like game situation.
Right. Carolina tied for 26th with their power play. 25th at home. Florida 29th on the kill. Eric, 7. Blocked in front by Jovanovski and handled by Clemenson. As it trickles in, if the Hurricanes put the biscuit in the basket during the Duke Energy power play tonight, Caniacs who say the winning phrase receive a free Bowberry biscuit from participating Bojangles restaurants tomorrow morning. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Well, 2 chances from 2 of the big boys here on this power play. Eric Stahl, great save from Clemenson. Again, he started this period backing up. You see the way that he watched that puck into the glove. All goalies should always do that. There's a tendency to not take care of that detail.
Now Gerby up top for Alexander Semin. Lyles walking the line. Eric controlling. Talusti off a stick, off Campbell. Now Semin back to the point for Lyles. Lyles negotiates. This way for Eric one more time. Forked wide by Gerby. Now it's played by Alex Semin, top of your screen. Lyles, Eric in the ring. Inside again, he gets it from Talusti. Eric Stahl will settle it down. Walk it, control it to the wall. Trading places with Talusti. John Michael Lyles. Semin, blocked in front by Campbell, and the Panthers get it out.
And by the way, it's not because he's having a good night. Gerby, this was a switch made in practice, him being on that unit.
Here's Semin. Little drag move. Changing the point of attack with his shot. It's left, broken up. Tapped along by Matthias for Kopecky, who's in, off the post. Rebound chance, blocked in front. Oh, mercy. Goaltender's best friend.
I mean, shots are 17-17. I mean, this could be a completely different hockey game. You know, a couple bounces, Hudobin making those stops, Florida not getting the stops, and it's been one of those nights.
Kopecky from well out, blocker down by Anton Hudobin. 15 seconds left in the power play. Andrej Sekera. The Slovakian Olympian will carry along out to center ice. For the opening ceremonies today in Zdeno Chara, Slovakian, was there for that. Let go by the Boston Bruins, which was a classy move so he could carry the flag for Slovakia.
He's got to be the tallest guy ever to carry the flag.
Absolutely. That flag was 100 feet off the ground. Now Sekera. I understand some adjustments were made for his bedding, though.
You've seen those beds?
Yeah.
How on earth is he going to sleep in one of those beds?
They did. They put 2 ottomen there.
Well, you're not even kidding.
No, I'm not. Now it's center. Good stick by Barkov. Follow up by Harrison High. Clemenson was knocked down, and a penalty will follow. Carolina now guilty of interfering with a goaltender. We'll tell you about it when we come back. 7:40 left to go in the second period. We don't need slow motion for this, but we will anyway, off the heavy metal of Anton Hudobin. Little City Tuomo Ruutu for interfering with Scott Clemenson.
Well, as Ruutu will head to the Olympic Games, Finns are certainly known for being some of the most cerebral hockey players on earth. There you see the interference. Just one note on the Zdeno Chara adjusted bed. Looking at these beds and toilets in the Olympic Village, you would think the Russian population is the shortest population on earth. And that's just not true.
I know.
I mean, how are Claude Julien and Ken Hitchcock going to share a room?
They're going to have to figure that out. And you know what? We don't need a visual on that. Now it's fed along. In the corner, Huberdeau tries to center when it comes all the way back. Campbell feeds it across. Gilbert with a shot wide of Hudobin. Now Campbell goes deep. Jonathan Huberdeau knocking it down. It goes by Nick Bjugstad out of the corner. Campbell in control. Punches one ahead. Campbell gets it back all the way across. Gilbert, his shot. Upshaw is there. Off the glove hand of Hudobin. Now Dwyer, Upshaw for Florida. Jonathan Huberdeau back to the point. Tom Gilbert this way, Brian Campbell. Gilbert again holding. Tom Gilbert for Brian Campbell. He'll sort it out. He sets up a man, Huberdeau, looking for the pass, looking for Bjugstad. Now Campbell. Campbell again, walks it back. Huberdeau, faking. Detected by Manny Malhotra with help from Patrick Dwyer. They get it out.
Now, eventually they get it out, but did you see how much velocity and how accurate Campbell's passes were?
No.
That's the difference. We'll see that tomorrow with Montreal, especially with Markov and Subban.
Now Alexander Barkov is broken up by Jordan Stahl. Dmitry Kulikov coming back for Florida. Flushed out by Yuri Tlusti. Thomas Fleischman for Kulikov, and here they come. Barkov on and off his stick. Defended by Brett Belmore. Sean Bergenheim cut it off. Jordan Staal, good job. And out she goes.
Belmore has done an excellent job since coming back in the lineup. Really wasn't anything in Mike Komisarik's play that made him exit, but, you know, it's the depth. And Belmore has seized the opportunity starting a week ago against St. Louis.
Florida offside. Bergenheim attempting to straddle the blue line, could not. You see the time left in the period and the power play.
Well, I want to take a look at this passing, okay? Now, here's Campbell right here. Watch him zip this puck. Again, right here. Look at that. Look at the pace. Look at how accurate it is. I was talking to Ron Hainsey about that this morning, and he said Claude Julien, when Claude Julien coached him in the American Hockey League, if you didn't pass the puck with zip, it was in Hamilton. He stopped practice.
I'll tell you what a great opportunity to have a coach like Claude Julien as your mentor at that level, at the minor league level. He's become, as was pointed out, Team Canada, part of the coaching staff, so an elite coach at this level. Now a shot taken, handled by Hudobin. A bid from well out that time by Sean Matthias. Will step aside, and Anton Hudobin continues to get it done in goal for Carolina. They salute the military here in Raleigh. Alex Semin getting it done. Coors Light, cold hard facts in this 4-1 game in which his team leads. We'll take a look here at plus-minus ratings since December 28th. How about that? Alex Semin leading the National Hockey League. They're tied with Andre Palat at a plus 14.
I'm going to give you a little-known stat. And for the season, Semin came into this game plus 6 and plus 83 for his career. And if you look at Ovechkin's plus-minus numbers in Washington from when he played with Semin and since Semin departed, you'll see a stark difference.
Now we have an altercation. Brett Belmore of Carolina. Eric Goodbranson of Florida. Right off the face-off, some shadow boxing. Both boys are tough. Goodbranson, effort with some lefts from Belmore. In tight. Now they clutch. And a takedown by Brett Belmore.
Way up 4-1, there aren't a lot of players that would accommodate Goodbranson, but Belmore does. Really impressed with his all-around game. You know, I remember back to this in the first period. I think it was 0-0 at the time. His stick prevented a stuff chance. Here's Goodbranson. They're going to come together right here. Off they go. So he prevented a stuff chance early in the first period. He scored a goal later on in the period. I said that he seized the opportunity since coming in a week ago against St. Louis. He just kept working very, very hard when he was out of the lineup, waiting for his chance. And I wonder if these two knew each other in junior because, of course, Belmore was with Plymouth. I believe Goodbranson was in Kingston in the Ontario Hockey League.
Pretty good chance of that occurring. Marcel Gottsch, Manny Malhotra. A couple of alternate captains on the face-off here. Don Henderson, the veteran linesman, dropping the puck. Gottsch now inside it goes. Thomas Kopecky. Dylan Olsen through a screen blocked by Justin Falk. He has it. Back out to the center zone, and Florida now will restart.
What do you think the odds were in Vegas this one of Belmore getting a Gordie Howe hat trick? He's an assist away.
That's right. Now it's played here by Olsen. You know I shy away from any type of gaming. Now Gottsch with a shot off the goalpost, stick side of Hudobin. Fleischman gets room. Hands it off to Marcel Gottsch. Top of your screen, it's Dylan Olsen. Gottsch in back of Hudobin. Checked on the play by Manny Malhotra. And a penalty is called. Holding along the wall. Carolina down a man.
It's going to be Manny Malhotra, who's played a real, I think, swarming, tenacious game. You're right, John. Those casinos weren't built on charities out in Vegas.
No.
The old line, gaming money has no home. And Malhotra will be in the box to join Belmore for the next 2 minutes or less. Gottsch hits the post here, but I think Hudobin clearly added covered there. You see a nice look from our production truck. The use of that right hand, I think, is what got the holding infraction for the veteran.
Well, in the words of most goaltenders, a goalpost is a missed shot. That's all it means to the goaltenders, because the object here is they have the angle, and sometimes you get the medal. Tulowitzki. Eric Staal out in front. Florida, third power play. They've had one shot, one power play abbreviated. Bjugstad, Huberdeau with a bid wide of Hudobin. Tom Gilbert, top of your screen. Now Campbell. He'll dust it off, set up Gilbert. They play catch. Brian Campbell walking the line. Backhand dish. Jonathan Huberdeau with a shot. Stopped by Hudobin. 3 saves. Upshaw, Bjugstad, and the first one from Huberdeau. Now Gilbert holding onto it. Jonathan Huberdeau. Brian Campbell. Gilbert thinks about it. Eric Staal on him. They cut. Shot taken. Hudobin says no. Jonathan Huberdeau with it. Andrej Sekera moves it out.
I'm watching the game last night. Huberdeau had a fight with Jake Gardner against Toronto at home Tuesday. And I'm watching last night. He's the rookie of the year. And he wasn't shooting enough pucks. I think he was told to shoot more. He had 3 shots, I think, just on that shift.
Now Barkov to the corner boys. Off a stick. Negated by Jordan. Jordan Staal out to center ice. Smartly getting room and killing some time. Clemenson in relief of Tim Thomas. Dmitry Kulikov for Sean Bergenheim. A half-minute left in the Panther power play. Hudobin puts it on a tee. Barkov is in first, though. Back to the point, Ed Jovanovski. Jovanovski holding onto it. Turning it is Alexander Barkov. Here's Sean Bergenheim. Defended by Carolina's Jay Harrison. Harrison checks him. They jam along the boards. Bergenheim broken up. Carried down to the zone by Ron Hainsey. And alertly off the boards by Riley Nash, who gets it deep. And now Holtra's back in 5 seconds.
The way Florida's played, these have been 2 very important, underrated penalty kills here in the second period.
You're right. You're right. The score really not indicative of what has gone on here tonight. Bergenheim out to center ice. Florida 0 for 3 with their power play, 4 shots. Now it's played by Jordan Staal, by Kulikov. It comes all the way back. Jovanovski leads it for Thomas Fleischmann. A steal. Here's a chance. Worked wide. Jeff Skinner. Now Matthias not out. Cut off by Jordan Staal. Kulikov's on it.
And Kulikov, some thought, might find a new home today. He was rumored to be in the trade market.
Skinner for Jordan. Blocked. To the point. Sekera. To the outside. Andrej Sekera. His shot turned out by Clemenson. Here come the Panthers out to center ice. Thomas Fleischmann. Crisscrossing. Getting room. Defended by Falk. Steal by Lindholm, and away they go. Here's Jordan. Skinner over the line. Broken up by Sean Matthias. Skinner a steal. Broken up at the defense. Good play by Dylan Olsen. And the Panthers now reorganize.
Boy, that whole chance there began with Falk making a heck of a defensive play just inside his own blue line.
Ron Hainsey through center ice. Grayson Bowman moving it by Campbell. Clemenson out to play it. Nash a steal for Carolina. Back to the point, Lyles. Here it comes, denied by Clemenson. He'll freeze.
Well, you're right. You know, we were talking about, in our open, we talked about special teams. Tonight it's been the penalty kill. And Huberdeau, I'm serious, I'm watching the game last night. He had a fight Tuesday, he had a big hit early in the game that led to drawing a penalty against Detroit. But then on a 2-on-0 in the second period, he passed the puck. I said, this isn't why this guy was the rookie of the year. And I think it was message received. He started this whole flurry here where the goalie had to be the best penalty killer by shooting pucks. I mean, you know, you have to continue with the dance with the girl that got you there.
Usually. Now Clemenson hangs on with the face-off in the Florida zone. 1:06 left to go in the second period.
Bright future. I mean, you see these guys that grab the league by storm like Jeff Skinner did. Skinner not only a rookie of the year, but an all-star that season. And then they'll oftentimes have the growing pains after that because they're circled on everybody's scouting reports. And it's difficult. You learn a lot about yourself when you face adversity. Gabranson, I believe, is still in the Florida locker room on the heels of that fight with Belmore. Broken nose we talked about, he still had recently.
Oh, he was slammed down hard at the end of that altercation. Now Eric Staal, Yuri Tulowitzki. Staal turns one off Clemenson. Tulowitzki to the outside, to the point now. Here's Hainsey with his head up. Moving it by Tulosti. Alexander Semin with a goal tonight. Tulosti has one too. Now comes all the way back. Crowd wanted a call on that play. Now it's Kopecky with a shot off the blocker of Hudobin. Marcel Gage centers one off the paddle of Hudobin. Dylan Olsen, his shot off the glove of Hudobin. Every piece of equipment now. They'll go for the mask next. And now it's played here by Campbell. His shot blocked in front. And it's cleared back out.
Well, the glove one, that's where you needed a whistle here late in the period. That's where you want to swallow that up. That's been about the only chink in his armor tonight because he's been excellent through 40.
Nick Bukestad going down. Upshaw cleaned up by Hainsey, not out. Olsen inside for Upshaw, shortening up on the stick, knocking it out of midair. Eric leaves it there, and now Ron Hainsey at the horn. That'll do it. Fred Belmore will be Chantel McCabe's guest when she delivers the PNC Bank second intermission. 4-1 Carolina after 40 here in Raleigh.
Carolina Hurricanes hockey is brought to you by Raleigh Orthopedics. Go where the pros go. Raleigh Orthopedic. By Golden Corral. Help yourself to happiness. And by Ontario Tourism. Go fish in Ontario.com. Get hooked.
Back in the capital city and back inside PNC Arena as the Hurricanes look to protect and accomplish victory here tonight. Protecting a 3-goal lead as we get ready for the start of the third period. Trip, let's take a look at these numbers and contrast October to December, January, and February for the captain.
Well, again, we often, I'm not sure we forget, but we need to remember the injury he suffered playing for Team Canada at the World Championships, that knee injury, the hit with Edler. And so I gave him a waiver on the first month of the year. He said he was 100%. I don't know if he was. But I can tell you right now, even with all the chatter this week with Stamkos going down, his only focus has been, for me over the last month, getting this team somehow in the playoffs.
Eric Stahl threw the blue and out on cue as we start this third period. John Forsland, Trip Tracy, Chantel McCabe, along with our fine crew at PNC Arena. And we are right back here tomorrow night at PNC Arena as the Canes will be ready for the Montreal Canadiens. It'll start with Hurricanes live at 5:30. Eric Stahl pulls up. The pass detected by Florida's Alexander Barkov, who has the puck. The rookie out to center ice. The second overall pick this past June behind the Colorado's Nathan MacKinnon. Now it pops out. Barkov turns, lifts one off a body blocked by Ron Hainsey. They get it out.
I don't mean to disrespect the Olympics, but I'm sort of the mindset that I'm just thinking about the 4 points on the table this weekend. I think Eric Stahl, after he didn't make that team originally, was very disappointing to him, especially with all he had done for Team Canada.
Right.
Whether he's been selected with Stamkos going down or not, I think his only focus is making the playoffs, which, as a Hurricanes announcer, is what I think about.
Well, here comes Nick Bukestad on Anton Hudobin, who says no! What a save by Hudobin on Bukestad. Huberdeau delays. Broken up. Poked out to center. Here comes Jordan Stahl. Stahl over the line. Working Jovanovski to the top of the goal crease. Scott Clemenson relieved the starter, Tim Thomas, early in the second period.
Well, it's one thing to get to the post, but to really just get that skate and drive it there where there are no low holes like Hudobin just did is pretty darn impressive.
Out to center ice. Goodbranson has it now for Florida. Wiped along by Jesse Winchester, played by Anton Hudobin. Alertly moved for Nathan Gerby. Through center ice now, it's Patrick Dwyer. Pulling up on Gilbert, off his stick, in the screen.
The forwards now that use Bauer skates have these triggers where you can remove a blade and put a new one in a matter of seconds. I don't know why goalies don't use it, because he drives the post here with that skate. And I don't know how he doesn't lose an edge. I know I would have. I mean, he doesn't find his way to get that skate blade right on the post. You see, super look from our truck, that puck's in the net. And I would almost always lose an edge when that would happen, but it looks like he's okay.
And his great legs. So that's, I think, his greatest attribute. His reflexes, of course. Now Fleischman, there it is again. Hudobin on the spot.
You should be a Hollywood director. That was right on cue. Francis Ford Forsman.
I'll take Cecil B. DeMille out in front. It's more commanding. Now it's wheeled back. Take a look at the shots on goal. You know why?
No, but I'll be Trip Spielberg any day.
I know, but Cecil B. DeMille. 10 commandments. Now back to the point. Here's Riley Nash holding on to it out in front. Right wide. A great chance. Grayson Bowman. Now Hainsey inside for Nash. In the high slot, it's Tuomo Ruutu broken up and back out to center ice.
I'm sorry. I thought Moses came up with those.
He did. With a little help from Mel Brooks. Out to center ice now. Ron Hainsey at the line. Lyles back out to center. And now Brad Boyce off a stick. Bergenheim walks in. Off the goal post. 3 pipes tonight behind Hudobin to go along with everything else.
And that one, you said so the goalie will always argue he had it covered. I'm not sure about that one.
No. Dumped all the way back down. Icing is called here against Carolina.
I mean, I think Peter Hornchuk, if this game were to end right now, would actually be happy with his team's effort. All sorts of chances. As Bergenheim, I think, tried to make Hudobin think that he was going to the blocker and goes back to the glove. And you hear the ping. So 2 posts in the second period. And one there to be remembered along with all of Hudobin's other sparkling stops.
27 shots for Florida, 3 goal posts, 21 taken by Carolina. They have the 4 goals where it counts. Riley Nash, Alex Semin. Now it's out in front. They scored early in this game. Hurricanes getting goals from Brett Belmore and Yuri Tlusty in the second period. Now coming back, Dylan Olsen, a quick up for Scotty Upshaw. Through the middle. Loose play at the line. They carry across. Lindholm, Skinner delays his shot wide. Now Falk. Inside again, Kulikov for Florida. Justin Falk for the Hurricanes, denied by Jonathan Huberdeau. And Falk now will get it deep.
What a play by Lindholm. He's outplayed Barkov tonight.
Yes.
Taking a few picks after Barkov, and he takes the hit and also has the vision to be able to make that play. 2 really impressive things. They're just on that little shift.
Now Gotch will cut it off. His shot wide of Hudobin. Manny Malhotra angles off the boards, gets it out to neutral ice. Loose puck as we see. Moving back is Andrei Sekera. Justin Falk. Lead pass for Pat Dwyer. Now Malhotra. Denied by Thomas Kopetsky, and that forced the offside.
You remember on Belmore's goal, Lindholm, a big part of it was taking a hit to make a play. Here he is. He draws his man, feels the chemistry with Skinner. Maybe a product of the fact they played together for a while now, but I think a lot of it is he has great hockey sense. He makes plays very similarly to the way Rod Brindamore did, those small little tight field type passes.
Now Nash, broken up by Scott Gomez, gained by Carolina's Ruutu. Jay Harrison with a shot, careening high off the stick of Mathias by Belmore, and all the way back. Brett Belmore gets there ahead of Thomas Fleischmann. He gets help from Jay Harrison. Coleman through the center zone. Belmore calling for it, gets it deep. Gudbranson, who tangled with Belmore in the second period. Back on the ice. He left the game. Period 2 after the scrap. Eric Gudbranson now for Sean Mathias. Mathias scored Tuesday night against Toronto. Bowman for Ruutu, shut down by Clemenson. Grayson Bowman to the outside. Eric Stahl, fresh legs over the wall, holding onto it, back to the point. Hainsey now inserts. Ruutu with his head on a swivel, holding onto it. Tuomo Ruutu to the outside of Ed Jovanovski. Played outside the line by John Michael Lyles.
Somewhere Jarmo Kekalainen is pretty happy with Ruutu's game tonight. Obviously, he's the general manager at Columbus, and he's probably not too happy about the score, but especially with Koivu and Filppula going down, to see Ruutu have this type of night, he's going to be utilized a lot over the Olympics.
I'm sure he's in San Jose tonight. The Jackets are there for a late start. Could be watching this game. The start later on this evening is now Bergenheim will slide it deep. John Michael Lyles moves it, a read by Dmitry Kulikov. Kulikov in control, turning away from Alexander Semin. From his knees, he sets up Alexander Barkov. And now Kulikov again, going wide, Dylan Olsen, blocked by Yuri Tlusty. He's hit by Brad Boyce. They go to the corner wall. Bergenheim, Barkov, good block by Lyles, and out they go.
Defensive play first from Tlusty and then Lyles. Little things that are very important at this point in the game.
Along the boards now. Montreal is here tomorrow night. Final game before the Olympics. Some of the players, they will get a little vacation time to refresh. Come back to practice, I believe, on the 19th.
Yeah, I think an optional on the 19th and then a definite on the 20th and a visit to Fort Bragg in Fayetteville for practice at some point there, too.
That's right. Bukestad holding on to it. And a roster freeze is now in effect league-wide. It started at 3 p.m. today. It was off Clemenson. It is lifted on February 24th, which is the day after the gold medal game. Now Falk broken up. Bukestad back out to center ice. There's only one minor trade today, and that was it. As they hand it off and work it along. Now Gerby out in front. Now Holtra, Harrison, Nathan Gerby. They connect the dots. Tic-tac-toe we go. Belmore wide. Gerby, rebound. Fought off by Clemenson.
Good D-to-D passes a couple of different times in this game. I look back to the goal that was scored in the first period by Semin. Falk to Sekera. Chris, D-to-D passes at the offensive blue line with pace like you saw there.
Clemenson out to play it. Good look at Tom Gilbert. Start of the season on a tryout. Marcel Gotch over the line with a shot deflecting wide of Hudobin. Winchester off the side of the goal. Belmore hunts it down, lays it off the stick of Ruutu. It comes all the way back in the zone. A foot race, and icing is called against Carolina.
Yeah, this might be one of those situations where you at least think about your timeout just because you're up 4-1 and you don't want to give Florida any life. I might burn it right here. Just, because you don't get to take it with you. But Kirk Muller's going to show a lot of trust in Riley Nash. Now, it does help the side that this face-off is on, that he can power it back on the backhand. But there's some tired bodies out there.
Yeah. Off the face-off, Gomez kicks around Goodbranson off the stick of Ruutu. Kulikov lays it there. Nash comes calling. Denied by Clemenson. Great save off Riley Nash, looking for his second goal tonight. But Branson, as we see it from ice level, took a hit. Carolina inserts. They get a line change. Kulikov is on it. Scott Gomez. Goes it across for Goodbranson. Center zone, Matthias. At the line, Gomez fights off Tulosti. Tulosti recovers. Semin back in his own zone.
Great play, losing the draw. The Hurricanes still win it. Nash's line. The defense, those were the guys that really had to get off, and they were able to. And actually, Riley's line got another chance. But they got out of the zone very quickly to help the D exit the ice surface.
Brad Boys. Over the line, Barkov, Bergenheim. Here it comes. Sharp save. Hudobin loose to the wall. Tulosti. Back out. Sekera in control. Over the line with a bid. Handled easily by Clemenson. He'll freeze and hand it off to Tom Gilbert.
Well, we talked about Eric Stahl's plus-minus improving at the start of the period. There was a key example of the way that he denied that rebound chance off of the initial Hudobin save.
Now a give back. Sekera looks around, paired with Falk. They go D to D. Through center ice. Justin Falk on the attack. Pass to Flex. Played along the boards by Jordan. He sets up Lindholm. Skinner delays, looking for Lindholm. Broken up by Campbell. And the Panthers fight it off.
These two like each other so much, Skinner and Lindholm. They have to make sure they don't ever get too cute. Jeff Skinner has one of the best deceptive releases in hockey. Fire that puck and allow Elias to get to a rebound.
Now Ultra, Dwyer, give and go time. Dwyer, what a save! Scott Clemenson. An absolute 10-meller on Patrick Dwyer. 9:52 left to go in period 3. The Hurricanes connect the dots. The final chance is here for Pat Dwyer. Robbery by Clemenson.
We're back in Raleigh, and it was a week ago tonight that it was the Hurricanes annual casino night, raising a record amount, $282,000 for the Kids and Community Foundation. And all of the players were asked to make baskets that are auctioned off. And as you can see, Hudobin's went for the most with $15,000. And in these baskets, signed jerseys, signed sticks, plus things to show off their personality. Hudobin's had a Lego set, and Jordan Stahl had his favorite ketchup chips from Canada shipped down just for his basket. We'll have a full casino night feature on Hurricanes Live after Olympic break. John and Tripp.
Boy, it's Those are some expensive Legos, all for a great, great cause for the Kids and Community Foundation with the silent and live auction that you put together, and it was an extremely successful first-class night.
Well, it was a great night. Our fans once again did a great job. It reflects all the way across, and the players who really come out and I hope enjoy themselves and understand why they're there, and I think they all get it. Now a shot goes past Khudobin, played here by Goodbranson. Out of the corner, Andrej Sekera in control.
At one point during the commercial, the Hurricanes were down to 4 defensemen as both Hainsey and Lyles had left the bench. Hainsey has returned. Lyles has not. I watched him go to the locker room. He looked to be okay. Might be one of those up 4-1, err on the side of caution type things, we hope.
It's a back-to-back for Carolina. Montreal's here tomorrow night. Florida done for the Olympics after this. Now Bowman. Lead feed for Tuomo Ruutu. Ruutu in the zone, moving on Jovanovski. He'll circle. Out in front, it's Nash to the outside. His bid off Clemenson. Hunted down by Tuomo Ruutu. Nash again. Clemenson got a piece of it. What a pass by Ruutu. Now forked out of the zone by Thomas Fleischmann.
We did a basket one year, didn't we?
We did, and it did well. They never asked again. Now Nash goes all the way around. Played here by Campbell. Campbell holding onto it. Gilbert with a shot. Khudobin got it. Oh, and Gomez handcuffed by Belmore. And Carolina survives.
Belmore's got to be a star in this hockey game. I mean, he of course had the fight everybody remembers, but a couple stick plays on both posts. One of the first in there on that rebound.
Now Bergenheim will leave it. It goes off a stick. Zalusti over skates. Who wants it? Eric Stahl says, give it to me. There it goes. Out to center ice. Campbell. Moving it back now for Tom Gilbert. On the tape with Brad Boyes. Lead pass for Sean Bergenheim. Negated by Eric. Along the boards, Boyes off a body off Hainsey. Khudobin wanders out. Moved by Harrison. Semin on the boards. Olsen is there. The captain out to center ice. Here comes Jiri Tlusty. Tlusty in the zone. Eric's out in front. There he is. His stick lifted on the back check by Brad Boyes, but illegally. Hooking is the call. Carolina goes to the power play. Brett Belmore has done so much here tonight. He's even tended goal. What a job by 73. Well, the veteran Brad Boyes in the box on the back check did all he could to thwart a chance. He goes for hooking.
Well, this is after Belmore had made that great play in his own end. The Hurricanes counter and Eric Stahl gets the attacking zone edge. And the only reason Belmore was out with Hainsey is because Lyles is in the dressing room. But they have a history because, of course, they've spent a lot of this year playing together.
Yeah.
By Ronnie Hainsey is, I think Kirk Muller said it best before the Winnipeg game, playing against his old team. Steady as she goes. He's been really steady and really good in the locker room.
Off the draw now, Skinner on the power play. Sekera and Falk on the points. His shot scores! Hey, what do you say? Andrej Sekera. That baby had eyes, and Carolina has a 5-1 lead.
We began our broadcast talking about adding your percentages of your penalty killing and your power play and hoping they will at least add up to 100%. The Hurricanes penalty killing really good in the second period, and now they have the only power play goal of the night. And once again, it's the traffic lanes that are so important. Andrej Sekera, since he became a Hurricane, has been very deft at being able to just get it by that first guy. That's all you ever try to do. You have a situation again, too, where Lyles is in the dressing room. Oftentimes, he's the guy that's out there at the top of the key. Andrej Sekera gets it through. It's just a silent wrister, and the Canes have had the edge in special teams tonight.
So Andrej Sekera continues his career season. 9 goals now to go along with 23 assists. Jordan Stahl delays, makes a move on Jovanovski. Centers one for Skinner on the doorstep. Cleaned up and not out by Goodbranson. Falk looks for a tip. Here's Jordan. Jordan holding onto it out of the corner. 6:45 left third period. 5-1 Carolina. Clemenson says no on the chance by Sekera. And now Nick Bukestad back out to center ice. Bukestad deals along for Huberdeau. Behind Scotty Upshaw. Swung out of the zone by Skinner. Out to center ice. He'll get it all the way back in. Power play goal scored by Andrej Sekera from Jeff Skinner and Jordan Staal, and it comes at 12:48. And another penalty is called here.
Yeah, it was an unintentional play from Jordan Staal, but a penalty. And Kulikov, fortunately, is back on his feet because the trip happened so close to the end boards. He's going to get a penalty for tripping, but this was a dangerous trip, not intentional.
Well, the Canes did put the biscuit in the basket. You could stop by any participating Bojangles between 5:30 and 10 a.m. tomorrow morning and say, I'm a Caniac, and it's Bo time. To get your free Bojangles Bowberry biscuit, log on to CarolinaHurricanes.com/Bojangles for rules and participating locales.
Take a look at the penalty. And just because of the area it occurred. I mean, it's a tough trip, but there was no malice in the intent of it, as Jordan Staal had won the key faceoff there on the only power play goal of the night. And this is encouraging to have the power play get a goal like that, because Montreal, one of the best special teams combinations in hockey.
Right.
And you get a lift in confidence from not only your power play, but your penalty kill tonight will be tested again here, and that can catapult you tomorrow against the Habs.
Look forward to it. And remember, it's a special start time. For those of you at home that might be coming to the game, they expect a big crowd. It's a 6 o'clock face-off. We're on the air with Hurricanes Live at 5:30. Now Barkov out of the corner. Bergenheim for boys. Tonight ice by Malhotra. Carried out by Patrick Dwyer. And again, he'll fork it all the way back in the Florida zone. Florida on the power play for the 4th time tonight. Through center ice. Bergenheim off the stick of Brett Belmore.
They have to get him an assist. I think Belmore might be the first star of this hockey game. There have been many star caliber guys, but he might be. Of course, he's an assist shy of the Gordie Howe hat trick.
Yeah, the big scrap, which got the crowd really into the game. They've been engaged. The crowd has been excellent tonight. And again, we look for a big one tomorrow night against Montreal. The final game before the Olympics. It'll be the Olympic send-off night. Carolina has 4 Olympians. Montreal has their share. Now along the boards, it's carried out by Sekera. Yuri Tolusti with Drayson Bowman. Laid off the boards, and again they go deep. Just about 15 minutes gone in this 3rd period. The Canes up by 4, looking for their 15th win on home ice and their 26th overall. Hurricanes starting tonight, 5 points out of 3rd, 5 points out of a wild card spot, but they do have some games in hand. Over the line now, it's Fleischmann. Moved ahead. Sekera out of the corner. Gap closed on him by Sean Matthias. Kulikov with a pinch. Dwyer had it, lost it. Sean Matthias, inside it goes. He gets it from Gomez. Now at the point, holding on to it, Kulikov off a body, locked in front. The chance goes high. Fleischmann held in front. Dwyer tries to clear, not out. Fleischmann, Kulikov. Dwyer lost his stick because he blocked it. Now Sekera kills time.
Boy, another good block out in front from Andrej Sekera. Belmore a few minutes ago, Eric Staal earlier in the period. Yes, Florida has fanned on some key chances, but there have been some good secondary defensive plays too.
Absolutely. Now it's Gotch for Dmitry Kulikov. 4:10 left, even terms on the ice. As you can see, where it counts, Carolina by a bunch. Out to center now. Gotch in control. Handed off to Dmitry Kulikov. Right along the boards. Carolina looking to pick up their points at home before the break. 5 straight on the road after the break. Starting in Vortex land in Buffalo. Now Jordan Staal separated from it. Belmore moving up. He'll chop it along. Broken up by Gotch and back out. Jay Harrison looks it over. Now a steal. Winchester for Florida. Pulls up. Panthers then have control. Inside it goes. It's Nick Bjugstad away from Brett Belmore. To the point. Jovanovski wide of Anton Khudobin. 16 starts in a row. All of them great for Anton Khudobin. A steal. Upshaw. Caught off by Khudobin. Belmore has it and back out.
And I have a feeling it's going to be 17 starts tomorrow night, and that's nothing against Cam Ward, who had his excellent conditioning stint. You just have to ride the hot hand right now.
Absolutely. Now up top, Gilbert, Campbell, loose puck. Eric Staal off the skate and all the way back out under 3 minutes left in this 3rd period. Back out to center ice. Campbell springs a man. It's Sean Bergenheim. He's checked by Falk. Out of the corner. Loose in back of the goal. Hainsey's on it. He'll move it. Bowman. Gilbert. Now Barkov inside for Boys. Defended by Falk. 2.5 left in this third period. Non-stop play here. It's carried out to center ice. Riley Nash move it along the boards and go deep.
We'll say in Cam Ward's last start, he did beat the Montreal Canadiens on New Year's Eve, but I still think it'll probably be Hudobin because he's been great again in this game, but I guess hasn't been taxed. Well, he's still been taxed pretty well in seeing 32 shots, and he's made all those right, timely saves.
Now it's cleared all the way back. Gomez, Goodbranson in control. Gomez again by Goodbranson. Tom Gilbert under 2 minutes left in this third period. Shots 32 for Florida and 31 taken by Carolina. Gomez out to center ice. It's Sean Mathias moving up on Belmore. Defended by Brett Belmore. Now the Hurricanes start again.
He's been, I mean, terrific. Brett Belmore, he continues to be.
Kirby over the line. It rolls in on Clemenson. No move it. Now Holtra along the boards. Kulikov pinned on the play. 1:20 left. Hurricanes will attempt to creep up now in the standings with his victory here tonight. Rangers are leading Pittsburgh in the third period 3-2. New Jersey has Edmonton tonight at home. Later on, Columbus will be in San Jose. Games of note in the Metropolitan. Now it's moved back. Under a minute left.
Big bounce-back effort for the Rangers after losing on home ice to Edmonton last night. That's how tough it is right now. They saved Lundqvist for the big divisional game tonight. Talbot played at MSG last night.
Huge weekend for the Hurricanes here at home. In a position where they want all 4 points. They're going to start on the right foot. 35 seconds left. Carolina will go to 26, 21-9, 15, 11-5 at home as play is whistled dead. And the Caniac Nation approves of this. Let's take a look at tonight's free scan brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
Nice little play. One of those posts that I don't care if the goalie says he has it covered. He didn't have it covered. Lyle saved a goal, and there have been 3 posts in this game. And one thing about tomorrow night, Hurricanes have 2 games in hand on Montreal. They trail the Canadiens by 7 points, I believe, with the win tonight. So another reason.
Harrison with a shot. It's off a stick. Campbell advances out, 20 seconds left. Huberdeau over the line. Brian Campbell out in front. Hudobin again! Hudobin again! Oh yeah! Exclamation point for Anton Hudobin.
Did you radio down to him and say that you like his quick legs better than anything else? Because he's certainly had those on display in the third.
Bukestad swallowed by 31. That's all. Carolina 5, Florida 1.
Don't get lost in a 5-1 score. I think Hudobin might still have to be the number 1 star. He really might have to be. Belmore has given him a run for his money. I liked Riley Nash and his line with Tomo Ruutu and Bowman early. The top 6 they produced, which is what you asked them to do. And we began the night talking about special teams. The Hurricanes' even strength game has been rock solid and pretty darn rock consistent. They need their special teams to be better, and they won those categories as well to go into tomorrow night's big contest against Montreal, because you win, you bring it to 5 points with 2 games in hand. That's important in the wild card.
All right, let's take a look at the final sequence. Of course, the score is long gone, but you have to appreciate the goaltending of Anton Hudobin.
It gets over, but he closes the holes, and then you see the fight. On Huberdeau, the rookie of the year, who I thought actually had a very, very fine hockey game. And Anton Hudobin is showing that he can, when you run him like a horse, like a thoroughbred, thus far, he's not breaking down. I give him a lot of credit for holding him off the ice. The coaches did on Wednesday, maybe thinking they might play in both games on the weekend.
Anton Hudobin was selected as the 2nd star here by the media. Riley Nash was number 3. And we'll see. And Brett Belmore is the 1st star tonight for the Carolina Hurricanes. You can't go wrong with any of these picks as the Hurricanes get it done, and Brett Belmore is sitting down next to Chantel McCabe.
Thanks, John. Everyone was involved in this game. Your fourth line contributed, defensemen contributed. What did that mean to this game? How did it influence the score?
Well, we came into it, they're a great 5-on-5 team. They've been playing well 5-on-5. We just had to work hard to win our battles, get pucks behind, and take shots and get pucks to the net. And I thought we did really well tonight.
Anton Hudobin continues to shine. 34 saves tonight. What did he mean in this game?
He's been huge for us all season. Coming back from injury and the way he's played lately, it's unbelievable. It's nice the defense know that, if we make a mistake or it gets through or something, he's there to bail us out.
Special teams was a focus in the last 2 days of practice. A power play goal, and you killed off all of the penalties. What was the message going in?
We just had to compete, work hard. Our power play, they're getting shots through. They're getting chances all night tonight, and PK did a great job shutting there down.
And finally, your coach said that he wanted urgency in this game. Where did your team show it?
I thought we showed it all over the ice, especially in the offensive zone. We got them behind, and they went side to side there, get pucks to the net, and it's a great team win.
Thanks, Brett. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
John, back to you.
Thank you, Chantel. Well, the Canes win tonight. The Caniacs win also. Go to papajohns.com tomorrow. Enter the promo code Caniac. Get 50% off your menu-priced online order at participating restaurants. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's, and not a better way than this to start off the homestand here on the weekend. Back-to-back games. Florida first, Montreal tomorrow. And the Hurricanes tonight in front of the nation take care of business. The top end coming through. And the support forwards having a great night. Anton Hudobin, stellar in goal. And Brett Belmore all the way around. Total post-game coverage with Hurricanes Live right after this on Fox Sports Carolina.